Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but finally we're back and have finally completed our first extreme tower. So first of all, that's a tiny wall hop skip right there. It skips only like 2 or 3 jumps, so it's pretty much useless, but I think that's the only skip I used in the tower. The only skip I know. But floor 1's quite short and simple, with maybe 1 or 2 hard jumps, but now we're on to floor 2. It doesn't really get much harder, apart from one section. And that's this part here. So what you want to do is, as you can see, I kind of zoomed in first person to get as far onto the edge as I could. This part as well. And then jump pretty late. You have to jump late, that's the secret. That's the hardest part of floor 2. Once you get past that, there's a few hard jumps. Be careful on these. So once you've done that, we've just got a few long jumps to floor 3. This floor is probably the biggest roadblock when it comes to beating this tower. And for those of you who don't know, this tower has a safety net on floor 6, which means you can't fall below that. And to get there, this floor is probably the biggest challenge. Personally for me, this is the hardest jump though, so you need to treat this like a really long wraparound. So yeah, this floor is quite long, so if you do feel like you're struggling with it, then definitely practice it. It can get quite tedious. And now we've got the truss part, so that if you don't know how to do this jump, you want to kind of get onto the edge of this ladder, and then flick onto the next one. Hold W and A, and flick. Now go onto the corner of this truss, climb down, and jump first, and then D. So space and then D. And then we've got some normal truss flicks here. Here you want to go around the ladder to this side. Once you do that, climb down and jump first again, and then go forwards so that you can get onto the platform. Once you've got past that, we're on to floor 4. And this, in my opinion, is where the tower starts to become pretty fun. And people feel quite safe on this floor because, as you can see, there's quite a lot of safety nets underneath. But if you do fall here, you do have to jump down and restart floor 4. There is one part, however, that is not netted, and that's this part right here, which I did fail a few times, so be careful on that jump. On this truss, climb down a bit, and again, jump first. That's the key. And yeah, if you fall, just jump onto the top parts of floor 3, and you can get back to the start of floor 4. These are the last jumps of 4. And welcome to floor 5. This is the speedrun floor. Now the timer is pretty lenient, but do not go too slow either, because if you fail here you have to restart floor 4. Once you've got past that, there's no time to rest. This platform is button activated, so you have to keep going before the timer runs out. And a lot of people think floor 5 is pretty free. Personally, I found this part really scary. And yeah, try to go pretty quickly here. But still take your time on hard jumps, because it's not worth you rushing it just to fail. Luckily, the gameplay for 5 is sight readable and not too hard. Take your time on these last 2 jumps though, because you do not want to hit your head there. But now, we're on to floor 6. You are safe, you are never falling below it. But my tip, if you do want to beat this tower, you are not getting past this unless you practice floor 8 and 9 to the point where you're consistent at them. And maybe a bit of floor 7, but that's a lot easier, because otherwise you're going to be stuck on this for hours. And some people do like 24-hour runs because they haven't practiced it out. So make sure you definitely go to the practice place. This is floor 7. It's quite hard at first, but it's quite easy to get consistent at the jumps. And you're going to be playing this floor, as well as 6, a lot throughout the tower, because 8 and 9 are going to take a while. and welcome to floor 8, arguably the hardest floor, although some people believe that floor 9 gets that title. I recommend taking your time on all of these jumps. But yeah, this first half of floor 8, probably the easier half, so hopefully you're not struggling too much with this. Now we get to the trusses. This is, for me, probably the hardest part of the tower. So first I want to go around this truss. And when you're on this corner, jump to the next one. And then for this truss, you want to get over to this corner, but instead of turning, you want to align your mouse to be at the very edge. Which I was struggling to do. Doesn't have to be exact. Climb down and then jump first, and then W right after. And now the hardest jump in the tower is coming up, this jump right here. I recommend doing it like I did, going out of shift lock and in, but definitely take your time on it, do not rush it like I did. I think that was the only time that I actually rushed it and successfully completed it. But the rest of floor 8, pretty self-explanatory. And welcome to 9. I hope you've practiced this, because you do not want to fall so close to victory. So yeah, a lot of these jumps require careful lineups, just follow my movements for them. Especially careful on this jump because I accidentally slide off. But personally, from this point, I think floor 9 isn't that bad. I never actually failed beyond this point. This wraparound, I recommend wraparounding this way. I believe the arrow is pointing you towards the harder path. There is one jump that's still hard. This jump here, it's a 6 stud with a 3 stud stick out in the middle. Practice that jump because it's quite hard. And finally, we've made it to floor 9 outside. Once you get to here, congratulations, it's a GG. Unless, of course, something bad happens, like Wi-Fi issues. So yeah, we're on to 9 outside. Every single one is netted. So try not to accidentally jump outside the net, because then your run's over, and you do not want to fall here. It was 4 sections, each of them around that difficulty. They're not that bad. Welcome to the third section, definitely the hardest in my opinion. Mostly involves trust gameplay, with some pretty hard jumps, such as this one. Just treat it like the other ones and you should be good though. And now the fourth and final section, they've removed your jump. I do recommend practicing this section in the practice place, but this one isn't too bad. For these kind of trust parts, you want to just kind of flick around like this, obviously without the jump. Another way you can do it is shift around the corner like that, provides you kind of boost. Definitely do that for this final part. This is probably the hardest one. But after that, we're on to floor 10. crap, I just beat my first extreme. Yes, oh my god. I was so scared that I had to go AFK for an hour though. Oh my god. That's definitely probably one of the most fun I've had grinding a tower. I didn't even think I probably spent 4 hours. Something like that. See you guys next time.